Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. In today's video, we got a lot of fun for you in the form of completely baseless speculation, basically outright in the realm of conspiracy theory. And no, I'm not talking conspiracy theory like something like ancient alien mummies. I'm talking something far less believable than that. I'm talking about a new Virtua Fighter. So Virtua Fighter 6. If you've ever met anyone older in the FGC like myself, this is probably one thing they always talk about every now and then, like they can pretend it's ever actually going to happen. And is it going to happen? No, probably not. But we always get that 1% chance, oh, this is the time it's going to happen. And we build ourselves up, and then we hype ourselves up, and then it doesn't happen, then we go back to being sad. And my friends, right now we got another 1% chance it might happen. So last night, there was a tweet put out by a person named Curious Joy, and they got a special little letter from Sega. And the letter's contents is effectively, hey, here at Sega, we got something coming at the Game Awards, which is December the 7th. New era, new energy. Make sure to tune into the Game Awards December 7th. So Sega has something in the pot. And sure, of course they do, right? Like, game company gonna make games. What adds a bit of fuel to the fire, though, is Maximilian Dude also got one of these. And Max, obviously very much more associated with fighting games, stating, I got one too. Curious, have these gone out to others that are not huge fighting game creators? Curious Joy also does some fighting game content. Although, to be perfectly fair, like neither of them are just strictly fighting game creators anymore, right? Max is known for a lot more than just fighting games. However, as far as I know, these are the only two people to have received these letters. Other people who are very much in the Sega space of things, like Sega content creators, be it Sonic or other Sega franchises, have publicly stated that they have not received anything like this. So, the moment anyways, two fighting game associated people are the ones who have received this. So that makes you scratch your head a little bit, right? And then there's the note itself, the font. It is the exact same font they used when they did the debut trailer of Virtua Fighter 5 Ultimate Showdown. The only difference being the Ultimate Showdown font is obviously a different color and slightly italicized. But you put them up side by side and hey, you tell me. Pretty much a dead ringer. Now, obviously, a font is a font, right? That doesn't mean anything necessarily in and of itself. Could be whatever person who makes these things just pulled from the Sega library of fonts or whatever, just to toss it out. It does state new era, new energy, and we are very much in the new era of fighting games. And no, I don't just mean like Liu Kang's new era, although he's got that going for him as well, right? But I'm just talking like we are very much now in the fighting game renaissance. If there was ever a time for a new Virtua Fighter, this is that time. And a lot of people know it. Other people that are massive Virtua Fighter boosters that you might not have expected are people like Harada-san, the producer of Tekken. For the last few years, he's been very consistent in talking about Virtua Fighter. He wants Virtua Fighter to come back, if only for the fact that there could be a rivalry in the 3D fighting game space again, because the 3D fighting game space nowadays is simply just Tekken. Like back in the day, they used to be advertised side by side, right? And when Ultimate Showdown came out, they had the Tekken collaboration where every character got a Tekken costume, and you could even like change the UI to Tekken. So when nominally like your greatest rival is rooting for you and giving you content to put in your games, well, your re-release, right? Because Ultimate Showdown was just Final Showdown with a new coat of paint thanks to RGG Studios. But basically everyone wants this to happen. Even when Ultimate Showdown came out, they themselves said they had like an initial, they didn't say the numbers, but they had an initial amount of downloads they thought it would get. And when Sony gave them the numbers, it far exceeded what they thought it would be. People want to play a new Virtua Fighter. And more succinctly to the point, I want to play a new Virtua Fighter. This is footage from the first ever fighting game guide I ever made on YouTube. This video is over 10 years old, and I end it shilling for Virtua Fighter. A lot of the ancient videos on this channel before it ever took off, right? You can find me ending a lot of those videos shilling for Virtua Fighter because I like Virtua Fighter a lot. And keep in mind, Virtua Fighter was already older, like Virtua Fighter 5 was already older when I made those videos too, so it's been a long wait. So hopium, copium, whatever you want to call it, I'm just hoping. Like realistically, I know it's probably not Virtua Fighter. Once again, I started this video. This is baseless speculation. This might as well be a conspiracy theory. I know, if you do not know already, there is a new Jet Set Radio in the works, right? This is from Sega. It's been leaked. There's the whole thing. You can check it out on Google, right? So it's probably that. A new era for Jet Set Radio, that makes sense. Just the fact though, those cards got sent out to people that are fighting game associated people, and seemingly nobody else. We are certainly overdue for a new Virtua Fighter. We are in the fighting game renaissance where it's now is the best time to do it if you're ever gonna do it. It just awakens that part of my brain where I'm allowing myself, however foolishly, to believe once again, and that would be Virtua Fighter, or maybe even just like Sega All-Stars, New Fighter, Mega Mix, or whatever, like Sega fighting game to happen come December 7th at the Game Awards. Chalk it up to the desperate hopes of an old fool, I suppose. So here we are at the end. Have I given you any hard evidence or concrete facts? You better believe I didn't. Because when it comes to Virtua Fighter, we don't get those. All we get is just pure human hope. And sure enough, when the Game Awards are done, I'll be disappointed again. I'll be happy for the new Jet Set Radio game or whatever it's actually going to be, but hey, I guess that's the video. So instead of the usual outro, I'll leave you with how it feels like to be a Virtua Fighter fan for all these years. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
This can't be true! Oh no! 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 Think again!
Game over!